Holly and I started travelling in April 2024, and in the August, she got a remote job. But how did that lead to the van window getting smashed and us being back home? Let's go somewhere a bit more comfortable to tell them, shall we?
Absolutely.
Boop.
Hello.
All right. So I thought it was just easier to sit down for us, especially, and just chat it out and let you know what's going on. So we said we got the remote job. You got it in August. You started it in August.
Yes, I started in August.
Why did we start it?
Because the money had started to dwindle a
Not
little
too
bit.
much.
Not loads.
Just enough to scare us.
Yes, Norway. We knew Norway was going to be expensive, but it definitely was very pricey, and yeah, enough to make us start thinking, okay, we need to make sure that we are topping up our money a little bit to be able to continue this.
If we wanted to keep it up,
Yeah.
but we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. Where did we get the remote job?
So it was with one of our nearest and dearest friends.
Hello.
You're watching. Hi. And it's kind of in the world of marketing, basically. My role was a bit more admin orientated, so a lot of emails, a lot of correspondence, a lot of communication, a lot of stuff I had done before, but kind of in a new world / industry.
Because if you don't know Holly, she was a dancer before, so it's very different marketing now. But you started in August, and it was only you to start with, and it wasn't for that much, and the hours weren't too much at the beginning.
The hours weren't too much. I was doing maybe about 2 hours a day, weekdays, and it was very chill, very relaxed, kind of a nice way to slowly be introduced to it all and not kind of be thrown in at the deep end.
But the reason why I also want to bring this up as like the main remote job thing, because everybody wants a remote job, and we were looking at what we could do otherwise, but nothing was really happening, and it was really, really difficult because everybody wants them, and you're probably wanting one. And we just got to say, it was with our friend. Like, it was very, very lucky. Yeah, we took the time off, and we were fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time, but they're not easy to get.
No.
So this was very, very lucky. But you started that in August, and where we were in Bosnia at that time.
We were in Bosnia, and it was just after we had been really ill.
Yeah. And then I guess fast forward to that, the main job that it was involved us going to Thailand, which meant that we went Bosnia all the way down to Greece. And the plan was to fly from Athens to Bangkok to do the work. But how did that lead to a smashed window?
We were just outside of Athens on the coast, in just a car park. We stayed there the night. When we were falling off to sleep, Sam thought that he could hear something or someone outside. I reassured him that it was nothing. It could be just an animal. It could be the wind. We went off to sleep. Everything was fine. The next day we'd done some work, and then there was a cafe 100 meters from the van, if even that. We went in to have a coffee. We were in there for probably no more than 10 minutes.
It was a windy day.
Yeah, very windy day. And we heard an alarm going, which sounded like ours. Sam ran out, and the front passenger window had been smashed, and my rucksack had been stolen with my iPad, my glasses, and some admin stuff in there. So it could have been a lot worse. We had the deadlocks on the doors, which meant that they couldn't open the doors. So those deadlocks are a godsend. Like,
And,
it makes you feel so safe as well, having them.
Yeah, I'll try. Obviously, would have put some other pictures up, but I'll show you the one specifically of where you see where they've tried to pry in. And if that meant that we didn't have the deadlocks, maybe they would have got in. Like, it's so hard to know because it's also a time thing. That's why the deadlocks are good.
Yeah.
Because it takes people longer to get in. We were so fortunate that only that got stolen.
Yeah.
Because there was other stuff in the van, but they just tried to do it quickly. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's us hearing it. You just never know. Like, but after it happened, we
was-
both just stood there.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Even thinking about it now, it churns my stomach. And
Yeah.
I think it's horrible when you, whoa. Obviously it's horrible having anything on your vehicle smashed, no matter what kind of vehicle you have or broken into. But added on top of that, it's because it was our home and it's like an invasion of your privacy. And that feeling, I think, I don't know about you, but that feeling was worse for me. And I think that's why I got quite upset with it. And I think that's why, because this kind of little haven where you feel so safe and everything is, someone has invaded that.
Yeah.
I suppose it's the same if you've ever had like your house broken into or anything.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, neither of us have had that experience
No.
of a house being broken into. And it's worse for them, I think. I think it's still bad for us, and maybe we'd feel more sad if more stuff got stolen or more scarred about it.
Yeah.
But we can move out of the area which is dangerous. So that was only a good thing. That was only the only good thing about it. But
Silver cloud.
okay, so window's been smashed. We're staring at it, upset. It ruins the rest of our day plans, obviously. What do we do?
So the people at the cafe that we had been in were so lovely and helpful. They called the police for us straight away. The police came out, obviously asked us questions. We took photos. They said, you need to go and file a police report. So we drove to the nearest town. Sam went in, filed a police report with a lovely policeman who was really, really helpful.
Yeah. I think so. This is just south of Athens, and so it's not far from the capital. But the police station I go into is just like a converted house. It's really small. The guy says to me, look, again, it's very useful, and he spoke amazing English, which just made it even easier for us. But he said it happens all the time, especially in those spots. And I think we did see the warning signs with Park for Night as well, because it said some spots nearby that it was risky, and obviously those people just go along the coast. So the warning signs were there. Yeah, I think you got to be more careful with us, and I think it is going to affect how we go from here.
It definitely will. Once we'd filed the police report and we decided to check into a campsite, as we said before, we were flying to Bangkok in 3 days.
No, it was the next day.
Oh, it was the next day, sorry. So we knew that we were needing to check into somewhere to leave the van in storage. We had researched a few places in Athens and the surrounding area. The one that we were going to go to was actually an outside storage facility. And obviously with a broken window, we couldn't go there. So we decided to go to another one, which we had actually been recommended. We went straight there and stayed the night. We managed to find some cardboard and put cardboard all across the window.
Picture.
We have got a picture.
Yeah.
It will be somewhere. So at least kind of when we were sleeping, there wasn't light coming in, there wasn't a breeze coming in. We felt that there was something there,
Oh, okay.
at least.
That was just to keep us warm. The other one was just we were in a campsite, so it felt a lot safer. And yeah, at least we got to block it up. But obviously, this is why we said like the remote job and then the smashed window. Then that happened the day before we were flying out. So we just had to leave the van at this place of storage. Like after this, like shooken up. Obviously, we're about to do very intense work
Obviously,
in Thailand.
Our trust as well of people at this moment in time, understandably, was very, very low.
But what can you do? Like we were in that situation, so we just had to leave it.
Yeah.
And again, another reason why we chose this place is because it was a bit bigger, and they also did rentals. which when we got there and managed to speak to the guy, we asked him, would you be able to sort out this window whilst you're away? So, okay, timeline. This was in November and now it's May.
It's May.
So it's been there a very, very long time. The window is now fixed. And like, I don't know, yeah, we had a little cry. We were very happy when we got the picture saying it was done. There was a bit of communication issue, so it felt like a long time since we found out what was actually happening as well. But it's fine. So the only thing that's damaged is our memories.
Obviously, it could have happened anywhere. You don't know where these things can happen. It can happen right on your doorstep. But I think, sadly, I will kind of always, because it happened in Greece, I will associate the two, whether I kind of want to or not, which is sad. But on the flip side of that, as Sam said, everyone in Greece, the guys at the cafe, all the policemen and women that we dealt with, the lovely people at the campsite and the storage facility, have been so nice and have gone over and beyond for us. So it's a very contradictory feeling.
Yeah, but we'll give the company a shout out there, Rolling Turtles. And if you're a van goer and you're in Athens, it is a campsite and it's a safe place. You can leave your van there. They're amazing. The facilities are great and it just feels super secure. So you know that it's going to be safe while you're there. We checked out the other place and this Rolling Turtles is the best one around, and that's why we got recommended it, I guess, as well.
Yeah. So thank you, Costa and team.
Why are we waiting? Why aren't we going out now?
So we're not going out right now because one of my bestest friends in the whole entire world is getting married next week. Taylor is getting married to beautiful Ellie. I've been friends with Taylor for years. She was my best friend throughout college. Sam is very close to her as well. And we love both of them dearly and we just wouldn't want to miss their wedding for anything.
Yeah.
We originally, our plan was always to come back for it. But we are obviously still here due to some other reasons as well. So that's why we're not going out now. Yeah. That's why we're going out in a little bit.
There's limitations for us because we're from the UK. The 3 months affected our whole journey. We had to plan around that. That was another reason why we came back after Thailand. And that's another reason why we've waited so long now, so that we can have all the experience. Like the whole Schengen 3 months game is really difficult. Well, this Schengen Shuffle.
Schengen Shuffle.
And it is such a thing. Like you do have to think a lot about it, and the travel would be very different otherwise. But you take it as it comes. But in 2 weeks' time, we're going back out. The van's ready to go. And I think we'll be staying in campsites.
So from Athens, we're going to slowly make our way west. We're going to do some hikes and stuff as we make our way across west. And then we are getting the ferry from somewhere that I'm not even going to try and pronounce. We will put it on the screen now. Across to Brindisi in Italy, which is right south on the stiletto of the boot. And from there, we're going to explore all of Italy. Our plan is to do Italy as we did Norway. So try and do as much of it as possible, see as many places, go to as many places, go to beaches, go do hikes, go to amazing historical places, meet people, eat food, drink Aperol Spritz and Peronis.
It's got a lot going for it. We're very excited. We're just going to zigzag our whole way, spend a few months doing that, and then obviously there's the 3 month cap anyway. So we'll see. We're being very loose about it. We don't know what we're going to do after traveling. We have luckily our old jobs that we could try and go back to. We have this new marketing stuff that we don't know what's fully going on with it, so there might be some work for us there. Going back to the remote job, Holly was doing a lot of the admin, I was doing the filming and the content scheduling and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was so fun.
It's so much fun.
It's semi-remote, obviously, because we have to be places for events. But the fact that we started this whilst we were traveling is great. And I think if you put yourself in a situation and give yourself the time and do put yourself out there, you can get a remote job as well. You just don't expect it to be so quick and happen so easily. And this is why I wanted to put this out and talk about it, because the remote job can look great from the surface and easy to get, but it's not. A lot of people that you see on social media, it's very, very fortunate that you get a remote job, and usually they manage to make a job turn remote, and then go traveling. And again, if that's the situation you're in, amazing. And then we wanted to explain the smashed window. It put us off filming and putting stuff out there on social media a little bit. And this sort of style of video where we just speak is a lot easier to do.
Just splurge.
And I hope it's useful. But I want to try and do more pretty things with all of the footage that we've got from all the other places and give our experience with that. And photography and all of that is going to be going on in the background. Just, you can't expect one thing from us, and I can't tell you when the next video is going to come out. So thank you for sticking along, and thank you for catching up with us if you're one of our friends. And if you're new, welcome.
And if we met you along the way on our travels,
we met so many people.
We met so many amazing people from all across the world. And all of you are just incredible. And it's amazing to see your journeys still on so many bugs. It's amazing to see your journey still on Instagram. And I know there's just going to be so many more people we meet. But honestly, any of you watching this or watching our Instagram or just following along, we appreciate it so much. And yeah, we'll always keep you guessing. You can never predict what we're going to do next.
But I guess what I was trying to do with the summary is also we're trading comfort and security to be able to travel. We haven't got both. You have to, there's a trade-off that you have to make if you want to do stuff like this. And it's the risk we think it's worth taking.
Yeah.
And I think we just always want to say that, and we don't want to make it obvious that it's easy and it's fun. There's hardships, there's work that's involved. Like now we've recouped the money to be able to go back out. We didn't just have the stash of money to be able to do it whenever we wanted. We worked for it, we've built it back up, and we're gambling our security for experience again.
I think something that we've definitely spoken about it, and we've definitely learned from traveling and also from the remote job, is that you just, and this sounds really cliche, but you just can't predict what is going to happen. And if you'd have asked us what our plan was this time last year, it would have looked completely different to this. And I think that's something that, myself included, I have struggled with a bit. I like to plan. I like to schedule. Anyone that knows me will know that I like to plan and I like to schedule and I like to know what I'm doing. But this has really taught me to take a step back and just accept, okay, this is what's happening here and now. What can I do in the near future? Am I having fun? Are we as safe as we can be, making sure, like, doing stuff that keeps us safe? And just go with the flow. And you're always going to be learning something new. So you just got to what's the saying? Take what life throws at you.
God. All right.
So cringy.
Yeah, it's very cringy. I feel like lessons we've learned, this could be a whole nother video. We could talk for so much longer.
Yeah, we could.
And so we said what we're going to do next. Yeah, generally don't have a plan. See ya. That's everything.
Thank you. Bye. I liked it. I was
It's
like,
easy.
So,
It's an easy way of doing it, isn't it?
yeah.
And hopefully, like, you can piece it together quite easily with the stuff
Yeah.
at the beginning, just making it look a bit nicer. I don't know how that one's turned out. I don't even know if I'm in it. So we'll see.